So let's start the video.
Hello? Anyone here?
Guess not. Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the Bureau. It's not working. Probably a loose power core somewhere.
We have a new sector in this expansion. The investigation sector used to be where work on AWEs was coordinated from and where the evidence was gathered. Until things went horribly wrong and the sector was sealed off from the rest of the Bureau.
Here we have a case file. It talks about an FBI agent named Alex Casey, who has been looking for Alan Wake. Wait a minute here. The fictional hard-boiled character in the books Wake wrote about was called Alex Casey. That feels like a weird coincidence.
This is a new upgrade to the launch ability that everyone is getting in the free August update. It lets you pick up and launch up to 3 objects at a time. It's super satisfying to use. We'll talk more of the free August update a little bit.
There. Now that gate should open. I'm no detective, but something definitely happened here.
Do we know each other? This feels familiar. I can't seem to... I've forgotten it. I'm sorry. My name is Alan Wake. Who are you?
That was the Alan Wake? The famous writer? He disappeared years ago. It was all over the news back then.
This has been a long time coming. We are building a connected Remedy universe, and AWE is the first crossover event. Alan Wake and Control exist in the same world. Alan Wake is a best-selling writer who disappeared during the Pride Falls AWE. You might have already found case files concerning it playing Control. Now in AWE, you will find out more.
We wanted to take a moodier, more suspenseful approach for the expansion. You'll notice some elements of that here. There's a creature of darkness stalking the investigation sector, and it's up to Jessie to do something about it. And along the way, she will need to explore the altered world events investigated here, including one from the town of Bright Falls.
It was a fun challenge to translate Alan Wake's unique atmosphere into the world of Control. The end result is an interesting mix of old and new, witnessed from a fresh new perspective.
This place here, the Ocean View Motel, is a place of power, an in-between place between different dimensions. Now the spiral door is open, and the feel of the whole motel reflects the dark forces beyond that door.
Dr. Emil Hartman, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Broke loose, killed everyone it could, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came, a resonance. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
Alan Wake is played by Ilkka Villi and Matthew Poretta together. It was really, really wonderful to work with them on the character again after such a long, long time, like putting the band back together.
Let's talk briefly about the free August update while Jesse goes through the firebreak. Other than multi-launch, some of the changes we're bringing are additional control points and soft checkpoints added to the tougher story missions and closer to certain boss fights that our community has given us feedback on. Now, my personal favorite addition to Control in the free August update is what we are calling the Assist mode. This is a set of game features that can be enabled or disabled separately from each other in Control's options menu. Assist mode lets you modify the rules of the game to suit your specific needs. It's important to us that as many people as possible get to experience Control the way they want. If you want, you can now influence, for example, how fast Jessie's energy regenerates, how soon the service weapon reloads itself, how much damage Jessie takes from enemies, and if she can die in combat, and how much damage she deals.
Creepy, damp, and abandoned. Why did Wake
Investigation
want me to come
sector.
here? That doesn't look like a house shift. Do I even want to know?
There certainly appears to be other forces at work here, not just the hiss.
The hiss are already in here. Whoa. Looks like the house has gotten a little wild in here.
You saw Jesse using a new form of the service weapon. This one's called Surge. Our designers have been working on this for a while. It fires 1, 2, 3 explosives explosives that stick to surfaces or enemies and can be remotely detonated. Let's check it out again. It wreaks absolute havoc and causes a lot of awesome destruction. And it's always fun to see the spark from the explosions. I could watch this all day, but I think we need to move on.
Another highly important bureau document.
This darkness is blocking the door. So now I have to deal with an interdimensional noise and sentient shadows.
It's a typical day at the FPC.
Light burns it away, huh? Makes sense.
The investigation sector has been infested by supernatural darkness. Light and darkness were the key elements in Alan Wake, and we have brought these elements to AWE now. The monster we are dealing with is a creature of darkness, and you will need more than bullets or filing cabinets or forklifts to defeat it. Oh, did you see that? Something is lurking there.
The investigation sector is a big place. You can rely on the map, of course, but it's smart to follow the signs and orient yourself in the environment so you know where you're going. The oldest house, after all, is a shifting place, as you can see over here.
The third thing. The sound made darker, the darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched, like a worm through time. The third thing was a monster. Now he crashed out of darkness toward Phaeton.
Alan Wake is writing again, and you'll be finding pages of his writing. The story he's creating is affecting reality here. You can experience the full pages through the hotline menu in the game.
The core theme here is simple. The sector has been overrun by a dark supernatural force, and you can fight back with light. Personally, I like how they took a very physical and clear role in this expansion. We spent a lot of time making sure that everything you pick up with launch and control has a real sense of weight and volume to it. The power cores are really satisfying to throw around for that reason. It's one of the main game mechanics in Control, so it had to feel really good. It's also a natural part of the flow, bringing light into darkness.
And of course, as soon as we hit that button, we got into a hell of a lot of trouble.
we're introducing a new enemy type in AWE, and you just saw them in action. Those Hiss floating close to the ceiling were the Hiss airborne rangers. They can levitate, they can dodge your attacks, and they use a powerful shotgun blast to fight Jesse.
On top of everything else, our tango-loving janitor Ahti has more tasks for his assistant.
Okay, active investigations. Let's see what the Bureau was working on.
I don't feel right. Something in this darkness is draining me. What? What is that?
Ugly darkness.
Come on, elevator, time to go!
Whatever you do, stay in the light.
And there you have it. That was roughly the first 15 minutes of the final expansion for Control, AWE. AWE will be about 4 to 5 hours of gameplay, so we are only just scratching the surface of what you'll see in the expansion. And for all of you who've been asking, you do not have to finish the foundation to play AWE. Mixu, Sam, any final thoughts?
Well, it's been a year since we released Control, and having the last chapter featuring one of our most beloved heroes is a fitting way to wrap it up. I think it's perfect.
Really, really happy to be able to bring more Alan Wake content to you, especially as it is the 10-year anniversary of the original Alan Wake game. And as said, very much looking forward to hearing what you think about it.
And as promised, we are not done with the reveals. We have a bit more. Mixu?
Yes, I'm super excited about this. So you saw a glimpse of something in the trailer, a bright and colorful arcade machine. It's not just an arcade machine though, it's an altered item that, well, will save you the lore explanation and let you play the expansion yourself, but we will say that arcade machines let you access the arcade plane and replay 4 boss fights from the main campaign of Control, as long as you have previously finished them. The arcade plane also lets you replay the Astray Maze, which is a feature that many of you have asked for. You're welcome. But there's more. On top of that, and a few other surprises we don't want to spoil, you can play a brand new Horde mode. The arcade machines let you win some cool rewards, including the fancy orange and white outfit you saw in the AWE preview.
You had me or at replay the Astray Maze. Take